A big tornado was caught on video near Robert Lee, Texas. It was covered by heavy rain, making it hard to see. The tornado suddenly turned north, showing how it can move in surprising and dangerous ways. A tornado was filmed from the doorway of a storm shelter near Telephone, Texas. The video shows the scary moments right before people went inside, with the twister very close and powerful. A tornado with many twisting funnels hit Carl Junction, Missouri, on the 22nd of May 2019. The video shows the storm's wild and powerful shape as it moved through the town. Trees and buildings shook as the twister passed, and people nearby rushed to find safety. A driver filmed a tornado crossing the interstate in Orange, Texas. The video shows the scary moment as the twister moves over the road, forcing the driver to turn back. Cars nearby stopped in fear, and the dark sky made the scene even more intense. A huge tornado crossed the road right in front of two people driving, and they caught it all on video. The clip shows one of many dangerous tornadoes that hit from Texas to Iowa over the weekend. The wind was strong, debris was flying, and the drivers sat in shock as the storm passed so close. A couple in Texas ran from their RV and hid in a ditch as a tornado touched down close by. The video shows how close they came to danger with the powerful storm. The wind roared around them, and flying debris made the moment even more frightening, but they survived safely. Two women were caught inside a tornado in Valley View, Texas. Their scared voices show how intense and dangerous the storm was as they felt its power up close. The wind was deafening, debris swirled all around, and every second felt like a fight to stay safe. A big tornado passed very close to people watching in Powderly, Texas. The video is a clear warning about the danger of standing near such powerful storms. The wind shook the ground, debris flew through the air, and the twister's path could have changed at any second, putting everyone at risk. A tornado in Snyder, Oklahoma, on the 7th of November 2011, gave the person watching a surreal experience. The video shows how shocking and unbelievable it feels to see such a powerful storm up close. The sky turned dark, the winds roared, and the sheer size of the tornado left the observer in awe and fear at the same time. A storm chaser describes the intense experience of an EF3 tornado in Barnsdall, Oklahoma. The account highlights both the tornado's destructive power and the chaser's efforts to rescue trapped victims in its aftermath. Intense footage shows a tornado ripping through a neighborhood ahead of Hurricane Milton's landfall. The video captures the destructive power of the twister as it snaps tree limbs and shatters windows, highlighting the storm's frightening intensity. A woman films a deadly tornado at close range in Minnesota. The footage provides a terrifying and intimate view of the powerful twister as it moves through the area. A supercell thunderstorm in Garland County produces a funnel cloud nearing touchdown. The video captures the dangerous weather event that prompted tornado warnings and interrupted local programming. A powerful tornado tears through the central United States, captured in frightening video footage. The destructive storm is part of a larger weather system, with millions of people now preparing for another round of severe weather. The video captures a tense moment as a couple drives through a tornado in South Carolina. One person is heard saying, "I love you, baby," during this dangerous encounter, highlighting the fear and emotional intensity of the situation as they face the powerful storm. Storm chasers become uneasy as rain reduces visibility and a satellite tornado appears nearby. They reluctantly decide to leave the area, following others who are also retreating from the dangerous weather situation. An observer witnesses an exceptionally large, multi-vortex tornado near Harlan, Iowa, describing it as surreal and unprecedented in their experience. Despite its massive size and complexity, the storm remarkably caused no severe injuries, adding to the observer's sense of awe and disbelief. Resurfaced footage shows an F5 tornado on the 3rd of May 1999, rapidly expanding from a cone shape to a mile-wide wedge. The video, recorded by Mike Duncan, captures the tornado's dramatic growth and immense power, showcasing the terrifying transformation of this historic storm. A storm chaser recounts their thrilling experience assisting a Discovery Channel crew in capturing footage of tornadoes up close. This led to an encounter with a tornado from the Glen Elder Tipton supercell in Kansas on the 29th of May 2008, providing an unusually intimate view of the powerful storm. The video captures an exceptionally powerful tornado in Tuscaloosa on the 27th of April 2011. This footage stands out for its intensity, showcasing the destructive force of one of the most notorious tornadoes in recent U.S. history. A storm chaser boasts about intercepting a powerful, long-track tornado, claiming to have gotten closer to it than any other chaser. They present this as evidence of their skill and dedication in response to apparent criticism. The footage captures a massive wedge tornado approaching the Elkhorn-Omaha metro area. The observer notes the exceptional power of this tornado as it nears a major population center, emphasizing the rarity and intensity of the event. A Tesla's dashcam captures dramatic footage of an EF2 tornado in Temple, Texas. The video shows the destructive power of the tornado as it flings debris through the air, providing a close-up view of the dangerous storm. A novice storm chaser captures footage of a powerful tornado striking Columbia and nearby areas. The video shows power flashes and flying debris, highlighting the tornado's destructive force during the chaser's second-ever storm pursuit. An enormous tornado swirls menacingly near Dodge City, Kansas in May 2016. The footage captures the immense size and power of this dangerous storm, showcasing nature's awesome destructive potential. A tornado-warned storm unleashes destructive winds in Douglas County, Colorado. The footage captures the moment of impact, showing the storm's intense power as it causes significant damage in the area. Hannah Dawson's footage captures the Andover, Kansas tornado's multiple vortices in action. The video highlights a particularly striking vortex at the 10-second mark, showcasing the complex and dangerous structure of this powerful tornado. The 29th of May 2004 chase near Calumet, Oklahoma kicked off an exceptional day, with the storm system producing a total of 14 tornadoes across the southern plains. A storm chaser faces a massive, dark tornado forming nearby, its destructive power evident as it engulfs the surrounding area.
System? Oh boy, I'm right next to it. I'm backing up. You guys see me on the...
Something unusual happened in North Dakota before sunrise. Sirens cut through the night, families woke to roaring winds, and darkness spread across towns. By morning, fields, homes, and neighborhoods looked changed. What unfolded left both residents and weather experts shocked, all in just a few short hours. In the early hours of Friday, August 8, 2025, eastern North Dakota faced one of its strongest weather events in years. A powerful line of storms swept through the Red River Valley, bringing dangerous winds and multiple tornadoes. The National Weather Service later confirmed a total of 11 tornadoes, 4 of them in Grand Forks County. Winds near 100 miles per hour added to the damage, and 1 person was hurt. The storms began overnight, catching many people off guard while they slept. Jamestown was among the first cities hit. Around 2:30 in the morning, winds roared through the city, flipping a boat, knocking a camper off its blocks, peeling roofs from homes, and tearing metal from barns and sheds. Dozens of big trees fell in minutes, blocking roads and cutting power. The National Weather Service confirmed that the damage was caused by straight-line winds, which can be just as damaging as a tornado even though they don't spin. Not long after, around 2:45, the same storm hit a farm north of Courtenay. Winds again reached 100 miles per hour. The farm buildings took the worst of it. Walls fell, roofs collapsed, grain bins were ripped apart, and a large grain dryer was destroyed. Farmers said waking up to that scene was heartbreaking. The timing was especially bad, just weeks before harvest, leaving families with major losses and nowhere to store crops. As the storms moved east, tornadoes began to form. The first touched down south of Larimore at 3:48 in the morning. This tornado was rated EF1, with winds of 95 miles per hour. It lasted just 2 minutes, but traveled more than a mile and knocked down trees and damaged property. Minutes later, another tornado formed near Meekinock. This EF1 tornado had winds of 105 miles per hour. It stayed on the ground for less than a minute, but still damaged trees and farm property. Weather experts noted it was hidden by rain, making it nearly impossible to see. These fast, hidden tornadoes are some of the most dangerous because people don't know they're coming until it's too late. At 4:12, the strongest tornado of the outbreak struck near Manvel, north of Grand Forks. Rated EF1 with peak winds of 110 miles per hour, It touched down several times as it moved nearly 4 miles. It damaged homes, barns, and grain facilities, and one person was injured. Experts pointed out that even smaller tornadoes, often called weak on paper, can cause major problems when they hit towns or farms. 2 minutes later, Grand Forks itself was hit. At 4:14, an EF1 tornado began on the city's south side near Interstate 29 and 32nd Avenue South. It moved northeast, passed close to Altru Hospital, crossed Washington Street, and continued into East Grand Forks, Minnesota. It lasted 5 minutes, traveled more than 4 miles, and reached a width of about 100 yards. Winds peaked at 100 miles per hour. In Grand Forks, the tornado left behind broken trees, downed power lines, and damaged roofs. Whole neighborhoods lost electricity, forcing families to wait in the dark until crews restored service. The Valley United Co-op grain elevator in Thompson was badly damaged, raising concerns about where farmers would store their crops during harvest. Residents said those minutes were some of the scariest of their lives. One family near 32nd Avenue said the storm sounded like a train as windows shook and trees bent against the wind. Another, living near Altru Hospital, described branches flying through the air and debris scattered across yards. Many said they were thankful for the tornado sirens, which gave them just enough time to run to their basements. Emergency crews responded right away. Police and firefighters worked to clear blocked streets. Power workers spent the morning fixing lines and restoring service. In rural areas, officials focused on reopening farm roads and checking damage to equipment and storage. Volunteers also joined in quickly, helping neighbors clear driveways and cover broken windows. Local leaders praised the quick response, saying it saved lives. By the weekend, the National Weather Service had finished its first survey. In total, 11 tornadoes were confirmed across the area. 8 were rated EF1 and 3 were EF0. Winds ranged from 80 to 110 miles per hour. Some tornadoes traveled only a few hundred yards, while others cut paths nearly 4 miles long. Most lasted just minutes, but the damage was widespread. The human side of the storm was clear. Families were jolted awake by sirens and rushed their children to basements. A resident near 13th Avenue South said the storm shook the entire house. Farmers woke to crushed grain bins and twisted barns, realizing that months of work were undone in one night. For many, the losses meant huge costs, with equipment ruined and crop storage gone. Weather experts explained why this storm was so dangerous. Unlike the big tornadoes that sometimes hit the plains, these were squall-line tornadoes, quick spin-ups inside large thunderstorms. They are hard to detect, often hidden by rain, and especially dangerous at night. Even though they may last only a minute or two, they can still rip roofs off homes and bring down large trees. This is why reliable sirens and alerts are so important. North Dakota usually sees many tornadoes each year, but having 11 confirmed in a single event is unusual. In 2023, the state recorded 52 tornadoes, but few single outbreaks matched the scale of August 8, 2025. Experts compared it to events in 2010 and 2015, which also produced several tornadoes in just hours. What made August 2025 stand out was the timing. Striking before dawn when people were asleep, the storms left many with little time to react. The damage to farming could last for months. Grain elevators in Thompson and Findlay were hit hard, reducing storage capacity for harvest. Some farmers may need to haul crops longer distances or risk losing them altogether. Insurance claims are rising quickly, and rebuilding could take months. For farm families, the storm added another layer of stress to an already difficult season. Still, communities showed strength. Neighbors helped neighbors, churches offered space to families without power, and volunteers worked with city crews to clear debris. Local officials said the teamwork showed the strong spirit of North Dakotans in tough times. The August 8th storm will be remembered as one of the biggest weather events of the year in North Dakota. 11 tornadoes, winds over 100 miles per hour, widespread damage to homes, farms, and towns, and a community tested in the early hours of the morning. It is a strong reminder of nature's power and the courage of the people who face it. As recovery continues, officials are urging residents to stay ready. Severe weather can strike quickly, especially at night. Having a plan, keeping weather radios nearby, and taking sirens seriously can make the difference between damage and disaster. The night of August 8th, 2025, proved that quick action and preparation saved lives.
It's
It's February 5th, 2008, and eerie calm settles over the southern United States. As millions prepare to vote in primary elections, meteorologists watch their radar screens with growing concern. Suddenly, tornado sirens pierce the air. The sky darkens, turning black. Nature and democracy are about to collide in one of the most significant tornado outbreaks in recent memory. The Super Tuesday tornado outbreak begins. The outbreak generated an astounding 87 tornadoes over a 15-hour period from the afternoon of February 5th until the early morning of February 6th. The storm system produced several destructive tornadoes in heavily populated areas, most notably in the Memphis metropolitan area, Jackson, Tennessee, and the northeastern end of the Nashville metropolitan area. The meteorological setup for this outbreak began several days prior. A series of strong low-pressure systems formed across the southern Great Plains on February 4th, contributing to record warmth on February 4th and 5 in the southern plains and lower Mississippi River Valley. High temperatures across many areas reached the 70 degrees, and in Alabama, temperatures soared to the low 80 degrees with dew points in the middle 60s degrees. Dew points in the mid-60s degrees were recorded as far north as Memphis. These unusually warm and moist conditions set the stage for severe weather development.
Also, probably some hail. Looks to me like a strong indication of hail, maybe some large hail that is to the north of where the tornado is. That notch, man, what a signature we've got here as this continues to move that way. And this new circle. Now, we've had these circled for some time in our Viper mode, but this is brand new, updated, the latest available, and we're the only ones that have this that show you that this is just bright red, a strong indicator that there is a tornado in there as it continues to move to the northeast. This is the cell we're looking at the moment, but as it crossed right across this part, here's Highway 385 in northeast Shelby County.
As the surface low progressed northeast, a strong jet streak was positioned over the warm sector, with winds moving east, which was perpendicular to the direction of the surface winds, which were out of the southeast. This sharp change in winds resulted in significant wind shear and wind profiles favoring rotating supercells capable of producing significant tornadoes. The strong jet streak also provided substantial lift favoring supercells to form in the open warm sector. Instability across the outbreak area was considerable, with CAPE values a measurement of the level of tropospheric instability well over 1,000 joule per kilogram, and storm relative helicity, a measurement of the potential for rotating winds reaching over 200 meteorologists, recognizing the potential for a significant severe weather event. On February 5th at 6:39 a.m. CST, the Storm Prediction Center issued a high risk of severe storms for most of Arkansas, the first such issuance in February since 1998. By 10:16 a.m. CST, the high-risk area was extended farther northeast to include western Kentucky, northwestern Mississippi, the Missouri Boot Heel, West Tennessee, and southern Illinois. A moderate risk of severe weather was issued for surrounding areas, including northwestern Alabama, the rest of Arkansas, the rest of southern Illinois, southern Indiana, most of the rest of Kentucky, northern Louisiana, central Mississippi, parts of southeastern Missouri, southwestern Ohio, eastern Oklahoma, middle Tennessee, and northeastern Texas. The SPC issued a total of 15 watches during the outbreak, including 13 tornado watches, 2 of which were PDS watches, and 2 severe thunderstorm watches. This high number of watches underscored the widespread nature of the severe weather threat. Early on the morning of February 5th, a squall line developed across eastern Texas northward into Missouri and moved east towards the high-risk area. Ahead of the squall line, the cap, a layer of relatively warm air aloft which suppresses or delays the development of thunderstorms, took longer than expected to break. However, when it finally did in the late afternoon hours, numerous supercell thunderstorms quickly formed across Arkansas and southern Missouri. The first tornadoes touched down around 3:30 p.m. CST. Some of the most powerful tornado-producing supercells were situated across the Memphis and Jackson areas, as well as central Arkansas. One supercell produced a tornado that tracked an incredible 122 miles and lasted about 2 hours, setting a new record for the longest tracking tornado in Arkansas history. As the evening progressed, one of these supercells traveled across Middle Tennessee, including the Nashville metropolitan area and south central Kentucky, where several deadly tornadoes were reported during the evening hours between 7:30 p.m. and 11:00 p.m. CST. Meanwhile, the squall line that had developed earlier moved eastward throughout the late evening and overnight hours, causing numerous reports of damaging wind along with many spin-up tornadoes from Louisiana to Ohio and Indiana. One of the most significant tornadoes of the outbreak was the Atkins-Clinton Mountain View Highland, Arkansas tornado. This long-lived supercell developed around 4:50 p.m. CST southeast of Centerville in Yell County, Arkansas. The tornado touched down to the southwest of New Neely, causing minor damage to 2 structures and downing trees at EF0 to EF1 strength. However, it rapidly intensified to EF3 strength as it slammed into Lucky Landing, a marina at Lake Atkins where multiple vehicles, boats, and mobile homes were destroyed, and 1 woman was killed. Continuing northeast, the tornado struck the southern and eastern outskirts of Atkins, killing 3 people. In the Atkins area, 65 homes were heavily damaged or destroyed, and 39 others were damaged to a lesser degree. Several vehicles were blown off of Interstate 40, and 6 mobile homes were destroyed as well, with 5 others damaged. The tornado intensified to EF4 strength as it entered Van Buren County and tore through the south edge of Clinton, killing 3 people in the vicinity. One of these deaths occurred at a boat manufacturing plant in town, which was destroyed. The plant was completely leveled to the ground, with its metal beam frame severely mangled. The tornado maintained EF4 intensity as it continued into Stone County, slamming into the town of Mountain View. The local hospital sustained heavy roof and wall damage, and several doctors' offices were destroyed, along with a paint shop, a body shop, and a car parts store. A car dealership was completely flattened, with vehicles being tossed from the sales lot and across the highway. The tornado then weakened slightly to high-end EF3 strength as it crossed into Izard County and impacted the rural community of Zion, killing 2 people, destroying 43 homes and mobile homes, severely damaging 14, and lightly damaging 36 more. Hundreds of cattle were killed in this area, and a Jeep was stripped down to its frame and tires and found wrapped around the stump of a large tree that was snapped. An aerial survey later determined that the damage across the 7 counties was caused by one continuous tornado, with a track estimated at 122 miles in length. This was the longest single tornado track recorded in Arkansas since detailed record-keeping began in 1950. In all, 13 people were killed and 140 were injured. At least 200 homes and businesses were destroyed along the tornado's path. Damage from this tornado was estimated at nearly $120 million across the 7 counties. Another significant tornado struck South Haven, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. At 5:32 p.m. CST, a supercell thunderstorm produced a multiple vortex tornado in South Haven, Mississippi. The tornado first struck South Haven High School, where 30 windows were broken and minor roof damage occurred. The tornado rapidly intensified to EF2 strength as it crossed the intersection of State Line Road and Airways Boulevard, destroying 3 warehouse buildings. The tornado maintained EF2 intensity as it quickly tracked across the Mississippi-Tennessee state line and into southeastern portions of Memphis, where WREG Tower cameras broadcast live footage of the tornado moving through the southeastern parts of Memphis, producing multiple bright blue power flashes along the way. By this point, the National Weather Service issued a tornado emergency, the first of 5 to be issued during the outbreak for most of the Memphis metropolitan area. The tornado produced an extensive swath of damage as it moved through residential and commercial areas. Considerable damage was reported at Memphis International Airport, where a hangar lost its roof. The FedEx Freight Terminal's fire station suffered roof damage. Air stair trucks were thrown 100 yards, and aircraft were moved around, including a Boeing 737 that was moved 1 foot. Continuing northeast, the tornado weakened to EF1 strength and struck the Hickory Ridge Mall, resulting in total collapse of a large wall and much of the roof at the Sears department store. Damaged surveyors noted very poor construction at this location, and 6 people in the mall were injured. The National Weather Service office in Memphis rated the tornado as an EF2. 3 people were killed and 13 others were injured. Northeast of Memphis in Fayette County, another powerful tornado touched down near the rural community of Yum Yum and quickly reached EF3 intensity. This tornado was spawned by the same supercell that had affected Memphis about an hour earlier. Near the beginning of the path, a shed was obliterated and a pickup truck parked inside was thrown 40 feet and mangled, killing a man inside the vehicle. The tornado traveled into Fayette County, producing EF2 damage in Danceyville, Tennessee. Regaining EF3 strength, the tornado crossed into Madison County, striking the Huntersville community. Numerous homes were damaged or destroyed in Huntersville, and 2 people were killed. The tornado then exited Huntersville and headed towards the city of Jackson. Several cars and at least 13 tractor trailers were blown off of Interstate 40 by the tornado in this area. Shortly after the initial tornado dissipated, a new circulation rapidly developed to the east of the old one. This new circulation produced a tornado that touched down at the Union University campus in Jackson, almost immediately intensifying into a violent EF4 and causing tremendous damage. Several large brick 2-story dormitory buildings sustained major structural damage, 2 of which completely collapsed. In total, 80% of the dormitory buildings on campus were damaged or destroyed, and hundreds of vehicles were damaged or destroyed in the parking lots around campus. Despite causing EF4 damage after dark in a densely populated area, the tornado did not cause any deaths in Jackson, though 51 people were injured. This was the 3rd violent tornado to hit Jackson in 10 years, following F4 tornadoes on January 17, 1999 and May 4, 2003. Estimates indicate that the tornadoes caused about $47 million worth of damages in Madison County, with $40 million of that total occurring at Union University alone. Another significant tornado developed from a supercell that had spawned tornadoes over northern Mississippi, as well as a deadly EF4 in Hardin County, Tennessee. After moving over Nashville without producing a tornado, the supercell spawned a devastating long-track EF3 tornado southwest of Castellian Springs in Sumner County, Tennessee, just after 10:00 p.m. CST. This tornado rapidly intensified to EF3 strength as it tore directly through Castellian Springs, destroying numerous homes and businesses. The town's post office was completely leveled, mobile homes were obliterated, and several block foundation homes were leveled or swept away. The 19th century Wynwood Inn, a National Historical Landmark and stagecoach stop, suffered major damage to its 2nd floor and grounds during the storm. The tornado continued across the state boundary into Monroe County, Kentucky as an EF3, where 2 frame homes and 2 mobile homes near Gamaliel were destroyed, and several other structures suffered extensive damage. The tornado maintained EF3 strength as it clipped the north edge of Tompkinsville, where a large wood frame warehouse was destroyed, a metal frame industrial building was twisted off of its foundation, and a large well-built brick home was left with only interior walls remaining. The last significant tornado of the outbreak touched down at 5:17 in the morning in Jackson County, Alabama. The tornado traveled across Jackson County over the course of 12 minutes, causing EF4 damage along its path, with the worst of the damage being between the communities of Rosalie and Pisgah. The tornado traveled a total of almost 11 miles with winds of 180 miles per hour and a peak width of 660 yards. In total, 1 person was killed and 12 people were injured.
Nature's fury unleashed. A mesmerizing tornado forms in the sky, its swirling vortex, a testament to raw atmospheric power. This rare close-up captures the awe-inspiring birth of a destructive force, leaving viewers both terrified and captivated. Inferno meets cyclone. Andover tornado fuses with fire, creating a hellish spectacle. Man's daring footage captures nature's dual fury, escalating from previous video. Swirling debris showcases tornado's intensifying power as it devours the yard. Apocalyptic vortex. Massive, pitch-black tornado dominates skyline. Drone's final moments capture nature's terrifying might. Heart-stopping footage pushes limits of storm chasing, showcasing tornado's raw, destructive power. Tornado's fury unleashed. Car view footage shows trees uprooted, homes airborne. Allendale, South Carolina storm transforms landscape into chaotic maelstrom. Nature's raw power on full display in this heart-stopping video. Monstrous Phil Campbell, EF5 tornado. Dust-infused vortex evokes tri-state F5 terror. Churning backside reveals nature's raw, destructive power. Haunting footage captures tornado's eerie, otherworldly essence. Andover tornado's dual perspective. Drone and ground footage sync for unprecedented view. Reed Timmer and Ben Holcomb capture nature's raw power. Awe-inspiring visuals showcase tornado's destructive force. Columbus tornado vanishes. Chaotic wedge dissipates in seconds. Crazy farmer video captures nature's unpredictability. Rare footage shows tornado's dramatic, rapid demise. EF4 tornado engulfs intercept vehicle. Chaos reigns as storm chasers brave nature's fury. Rare footage captures tornado's raw power from within. Oklahoma tornado captured in stunning drone footage. Aerial view reveals storm's immense power, terrifying yet mesmerizing display of nature's fury. The video shows a dark, rapidly rotating tornado with a strong hook structure, indicating its destructive power. This scene is both dangerous and awe-inspiring. Dashcam captures a menacing tornado rising from the ground to the sky, enveloping the entire atmosphere. Intense lightning strikes illuminate the scene, creating a terrifying spectacle of nature's raw power. The tornado's strong hook structure amplifies its destructive potential. Dramatic footage shows a massive tornado accompanied by a fierce storm. The twister's strong hook structure and surrounding turbulent weather create a terrifying scene of nature's power. Intense footage captures a tornado's helical vortices and drill bit like ground contact. The storm's strong hook structure and extreme rotation create an awe-inspiring display of meteorological power. Dramatic footage shows a tornado forming directly over a home. Trees are violently uprooted and flung into the air amidst heavy rainfall. The scene captures the sudden, destructive power of a tornado's strong hook structure as it develops. Dramatic footage captures a tornado swirling across the sky. Dark clouds engulf the atmosphere, creating a terrifying scene. The storm's ominous presence dominates the view. Rare footage captures tornado's funnel from inside, offering an extraordinary view. Near the end, trees are lofted into the air as the videographer yells, "Tornado!" Debris visible throughout, demonstrating the storm's intense power and destructive force. Footage shows Andover, Kansas tornado with multiple vortices. At 0:10, a particularly intense vortex is visible. Hannah Dawson's point of view captures the tornado's complex, dangerous structure. Footage shows tornadoes sweeping across town, engulfing homes in its path. Destructive power evident as structures are torn apart, dramatic scene captures tornado's devastating impact on community. Unique aerial view of tornado directly over a house. Rare perspective showcases tornado's structure and proximity to residential area. Stunning footage of rotating mesocyclone wall cloud in Naperville, Illinois. Bull funnel visible as tornado forms. Captures impressive structure of severe thunderstorm. Footage shows intense tornado near Leslie, Georgia on the 6th of April, 2022. Large, dark funnel visible with debris cloud at base. Captures tornado's raw power and destructive potential. Dashcam footage captures sudden tornado appearance while driving. Objects flying through air, demonstrating storm's intense wind force. Highlights unpredictable nature of tornadoes. 10-minute video showcases multiple significant tornadoes from supercells in Nebraska and Iowa, captures scale and intensity of rare tornado outbreak across 2 states. A man films a tornado forming and approaching from his balcony. The video shows the tornado's violent rotation, pulling in debris as it moves towards the town, capturing nature's raw power up close. A powerful tornado was captured on video in Lancaster County, Nebraska. The footage, shot from the community of Waverly west of Omaha, shows the intense storm in action. This remarkable video provides a close-up view of nature's destructive force as it moves through the area. A movie-like funnel cloud was filmed near Pixley, California. The video shows a possible tornado attempting to touch down, offering a rare glimpse of this weather phenomenon in the area. Nighttime tornado illuminated by lightning, creating an eerie sight. Flashes reveal the twister's menacing shape in darkness, showcasing nature's power in a haunting display. This compilation showcases high-resolution drone footage of an EF3 tornado in Andover, Kansas. The video highlights complex vortex dynamics, including helical subvortices and a descending vortex breakdown bubble. It also reveals a low-pressure reservoir near the ground, offering a rare, detailed look at the intricate structure of a powerful tornado. A powerful tornado near Yeehaw is captured up close, showing its violent rotation in the air and on the ground. The footage reveals the twister's strength as it lifts debris and carves a path across the landscape.